Welcome to Travel Resources Group's Meet Our Advisors. Today, we're joined by Devine, an experienced travel advisor who built her travel planning business without a host agency. And we've invited Bit here to share with us a little bit about her journey and why she chose to join a host agency, even though she already had an established business, and what she discovered along the way. So let's talk about it, Bit. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Sure, let me see. So I started accidentally becoming a travel advisor back in 2007. I had done several trips over to Ireland for performance and lecture series. And when I got back off my fourth trip, one of my friends said, "Hey, I've got a friend of mine. They want to go to Ireland." I told them you're the one that was going to help them. So I helped them plan a trip. They told their friends, I helped them. So that's how this snowballed. So I had to have a name. It was Byways and Backroads of Era because that's what I explore. I don't do all the main highways. Most of it was all local here in Tucson, not a big deal. And it went that way, and it went that way, and it went that way. Well, then just before everything shut down for COVID, I had joined ASTA. And I said, well, I guess I'll join ASTA. I'll do their travel advisor certification program during COVID, and I'll come out one step ahead. So I did that. And then I got looking at it, and everybody around me that does the same thing I do was making considerably more money than what I did. And I couldn't figure out why. But I started talking to people about host agencies and interviewing host agencies because that's something ASTA encouraged me to do. And I didn't like any of them. Not one of them. They all had a push. They all had just we didn't jive. And then I was doing a coffee chat, and Ilya was the head of it. And I was like, I really like her. And she told me what she did. And I went, oh, I need to talk to you. And so that's how we met.
Yeah.
So it was just very comfortable from the beginning. You guys feel like family. And so it's easier than I'm picking up courses. I'm now not leaving anything on the table. Before it was, I got paid to plan their trip and for their car rental. That's it on any of mine. And now, I have all of the people that we work with, all of our vendors that we work with, Expedia, Viator, all of those are people that I now work with on a regular basis. And I've even started working cruises, and yeah, I never thought that would come. I told Ilya that there was no way I'd ever sell cruises, but I would take advantage of the rest of it.
That's exciting. So you were in business. You started your journey in 2020 or 2007. Sorry, I'm
2007.
jumping into the future. 2007, and you've made it all that way. And how long? So when did you decide to join Travel Resources Group?
It was it May of 2022, I think. It was
So
around Travel Advisors Day 2022, I think.
so over 10 years you were in business, leaving money on the table, commissions not earned, and didn't know it.
Right.
And then you joined with Travel Resources Group, and Ilya helped work with you to get your business on track to get those commissions starting to come in.
Right.
And so you found some guidance there.
I found guidance. There's a lot of pluses to it. Everybody says, well, why do you use a host agency? They take part of your money, you earn it, they take part of it. I'm like, they take care of a lot of things for that small piece of commission that they're taking. I don't feel like I'm losing anything because of everything that you all do with the trainings, with the meetups that we have every week, the vendors that we bring in. There's so many things with the whole TESS system that keeps everything in line, and all these little small things where they look small, but they're really large cogs. And without you and all of that, I'd still be sitting back there going, yep, it's $400 for the vacation package and whatever I get from the tow truck or from the car rental. Because for me, I work with independent lodgings in Ireland, and so they don't pay commission because they're just like me, a mom and pop, and barely making it, and they're probably the same family that's run it for the last 60 years, and so we we've done business a lot, so I don't feel like taking more money from there would be a good thing. But that's where I run into the problem, because that's okay when it was a part-time business, which it had been, but now going forward, it's going to have to be hopefully more of a full-time business for me. And that's where everybody here has been so supportive and helpful. I've helped a couple people out with their clients and getting them, on a trip and off and running. It's just been, it's nice to have found a family.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, I don't even know what to say to that. That's so like heartwarming to me. So you've already talked about some of the stuff that you learned once you joined the host agency, how you found family, how you found a community where other advisors who may not be so experienced in the areas of the world that you book travel in have come to you for advice and guidance on how to take care of their clients in the best way. And what are some of the other, cogs in the wheel that you might have learned that actually help your business out that you may have missed by not joining a host agency?
Like it's for the most part of that whole tracking system that TESS gives us, all
Mhm.
the automation for sending out letters and stuff, it can keep you more on track. And that I'm my own worst enemy at that, is that, especially right now, but we won't go into that. I have problems always staying on task.
Mhm.
So if I put something in work and it's automatic and it'll just do what it needs to do and it bings and tells me what it's to do, that's easier for me, especially right now. Um, but I think the biggest part of it is all of the suppliers that are available to me now through you all. Some that I haven't even gotten. There are so many that I
Mhm.
haven't even thought of. Places, it's adding to places that I want to know about and learn more about. Um, and to that end, um, the people that I've met within our own little group, our
Mhm.
agency, um, they've each got their own specialties. So it's nice that I have somebody that I can go talk to as well.
Mhm.
So it's nice that we do that. Um, because again, those couple of other places that I interviewed before I came and talked to Ilya, which Ilya and I, that was not a planned thing. It was like kismet, maybe, I guess you would say.
Mhm.
Um, but a lot of them were like, well, this is what we want you to do, and you have to sell X amount of this before you can even go into this. But
Mhm.
before I could even do my specialty, I had to sell, and most of the time it was cruises. I had to sell X amount of cruises before I could do anything else. And I'm like, well, I'm not your kid, because
Yeah, you wanted to build your business the way you wanted it, and they had restrictions on that.
right, right,
Yeah, and that is one thing that we've really been trying to promote to our advisors is this is your business and we're here to help you with it, not tell you how to do it.
right.
And I feel like you've really taken advantage of that, which is amazing. As well as a lot of our other advisors too. But what you're mentioning is like with the vendors and having access to all these vendors really opened a lot of doors for you that you may not have been able to do without the host agency. And that, like you said, you've learned so many new companies that are out there that you didn't know you could use, which is amazing. And you've learned, you know, from the other advisors what they may specialize in. I know we have, a variety of niche specialties that you are definitely a niche specialty, which I mean, I want to take advantage of one day myself, but that can work together in this community we've built here at Travel Resources Group. Um, have you learned any like not special skills, but anything you would like to highlight that you might have learned from the other advisors versus being out there striking it on your own?
The thing that I guess I should say come to appreciate, not so much as learn. I mean, I learned the automated side because I am not a computer person, so really grateful that you all have TESS and that all works that well. Now you've created the hub where we can find everything. I'm feeling my way around that because I'm 61. This comes slowly. But one of the things that I think I appreciate the most is that if I need to ask someone a question, whether it's one of you all, whether it's Ilya, whether it's the other agents, it doesn't take much time before you all have responded. So I never feel like I'm completely out there alone and swinging. I know that, unlike other of our members, I'm not at the top of the, my sales numbers, my commissions every month are not some of your biggest. Usually they're some of your smallest, but it's baby steps for me. And the rest of this year, it's going to be about trying to make those baby steps a little bit wider. I've set myself a goal by the end of January to be bringing in some better commissions than I have. So hopefully cruise sales will help me do that. You didn't hear me say that. La la la, no cruises.
Hey, cruises aren't terrible, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I was never, I always wanted to stay on dry land. And then I went on that Viking River cruise, and that was great. And then Flano had me set up this whole Cunard solar eclipse cruise for next August. And so now I'm going to do 14 nights at sea. Well, I'm like going,
you got this. You got it.
No, but Ilya has just been, it's really, I think if Ilya hadn't been as genuine as she is of a person, I probably never would have gotten involved with the host agency at all, because all the rest of them have left such a bad taste in my mouth that, I needed somebody that was going to be there, not necessarily to hold my hand through the whole thing, but not to roll their eyes and look at me like I was stupid when I backstepped 4 steps. And y'all don't do that, so that's a good thing. I know it's just been, it's a lot of minute little things. It's not one great big thing, except that those big things like TESS, that system of keeping everything in control, isn't something I have to worry about. Figuring out how to build, figuring out how to do all the components, because
that is a weight lifted for sure. And I mean, trying to go in and build your own system and track your bookings travel details, I can only imagine how chaotic that could get real quick. And without having those tools and resources to help back you would make it much more difficult.
And it's nice that everything is kept in one place. I can go to that and say, my clients can go and pull up all the documents that I've saved for them. It's all perfect. I don't have to, go through a file, scan it, because everything I did before was pen and paper. There was no automation. If I needed to scan something, I figured that out and sent it to them. But for the most part, it was just, they'd hand me the filled out paperwork. I make copies of it, hand back the copies to them, and that was how we worked.
Yeah.
You know, and
You're just growing and developing bit every step of the way.
I hope so. I
You
hope so.
are.
Yeah.
And I mean, just hearing your short story here, I mean, you've come a long ways, and I know you can reach the goals that you've set for yourself, for sure.
I hope so, little bit by little bit, but I'm really, really thankful, that you all as a team are with me. And so, when people say, well, you're giving up good money to them, and I'm like going, no, 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 they earn that money. They've earned that commission. It's theirs because of how they support me and they hold me up, so I've never even thought of it as a drawback. So it's
Well, thank
definitely a
you.
plus. So
And thank you for sharing your story. We really, really appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I'd love
Ireland
to
someday,
know.
huh?
Huh?
Ireland someday, huh?
Oh, yes. And Scotland.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Big goals, big goals.
You can do it.
Thank you.
It doesn't
We
even
can do
have to
it
be big
together.
goals. You can
Well,
always hustle.
thank you for being part of our series. We really
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your story. And hope, who knows, maybe there's somebody else out there like you.
hopefully. Come on, come on. We're all good. We need other members of the family, right?
We do. Come join Travel Resources Group.
Here we go. Come on, come on.